Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight, doing a little bit of goofing around. If you're not into knives, you might not want to watch this video because I don't have any air guns to show, except for all these ones back here. But I have a couple of mail call items, a couple of local antique store finds, and then today I went to a antique festival, I guess you'd call it. It's something that goes on in a neighborhood nearby where I live, about 25-30 minutes away, a place called Bouckville. Every year they have this gigantic antique festival, actually twice a summer now they have it. But they say that there's over 2,000 plus vendors, and I know I didn't see half of the stuff that was there. I was there for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, probably walked 3 or 4 miles. Had a great time, talked to dozens and dozens of people. Just, uh, you can tell the people that, know about knives and are into knives, and then the people that could care less about them and are just there to sell their junk. But let's get into this stuff. So I already unboxed all of the mail call stuff so that it wouldn't take so long, because I did buy quite a few knives from that antique festival. So I didn't want to take up too much of you guys' time. But we'll get into the mail call stuff first. Um, let's do the two that I found locally here first. So this one is a little bitty Imperial. It does have, and that's like, just, it's not even etched into the blade or anything. I may sand that off there. I don't know. It's a advertising knife, but um, I've seen these without the advertising, and I think I like it a lot better that way. But here's the tang stamp from it. It is actually a very old Imperial. This is the Imperial with the USA underneath, so it is a 46 to 56, and it's a nice little knife, very nice condition. So there you go. That's the first local. The next local one is actually not old at all, but it's a very cool knife. It is another case, um, and so I'm thinking I want to try to collect all of the amber peach seed jigged case knives that they have. This one is a 6318 pattern, Stockman, and it is brand new, and very, very nice knife. And I got that one at the local hardware store where I bought those other couple of cases already. And I told them, you need to order some more. And I said, okay, we will. So there's the two local pickups. Now these next couple are mail call items. So I got these two from the same seller on eBay, two different lots. This first one is very new. Well, it is a 2012 copper lock, and here's the tang stamp from that one. And it is, like I said, a 2012. I think they call this crandall jigging, blue bone. It is a lockback. They call it a copper lock because it got, I kind of think that is kind of like a copperhead shape there, I guess. I don't really know. They make a copper head and a copper lock. The only difference is the copper lock has a lockback feature, which I like. Got this one for a really good price. They had it listed not as a copper lock. And then this one is a very, very cool, very, very old little Imperial. I guess that's celluloid with mother of pearl chips embedded into it. But it is a very nice little knife. Just a two-bladed pen knife, I guess you'd call it. And here's the tang stamp from that. This one actually dates from like 1930 to 36 or 30 something. I'll put it down here. I can't remember, but it's a very early Imperial. Very, very cool. I got those two from the same vendor. Now I got this one. The shipping cost more than the knife did, and still paid less than $10 with tax and everything for this little Imperial, but is a really cool little Imperial penknife. And this has the 1946 to 56 tang stamp as well, so pretty cool on that. That one needs some oil. Now this next one is a really awesome, it does need a little bit of TLC, but it's very, very awesome little case peanut. This is a smooth red bone. What is the model number on this one? This one's a 6220, I think. Yeah, so it says SR 6220, and this one is a 1980 smooth red bone. Really, really awesome little knife. Interesting that it doesn't have a shield on it. You don't see too many case knives without a shield on it, but that one obviously never had a shield on it. So now that's the mail call. Let me set that. Oops, sorry about that. Kick the tripod. So I've got a whole bag full of knives right here. These two here were too nice. I didn't want to throw them in with the other ones that need a bunch of cleaning. So I had these in my pocket separate. But this is a cool little, they call this the Buck Yearling. And it is a model 709. Two-bladed, I guess you'd call it a penknife. It looks kind of like their Buck 110 shape, but just a lot smaller. And it has an etch on the blade of a little horse. And they call this the Yearling. Now this one, I did a little bit of research on this one before I came out to do the video. And this is a very early production one. First of all, it doesn't have a date marking on it, so we know it's before 1986. These came out in 84, and this one's an 84 to 85, so really, really cool. Now this next one, I actually met up with a vendor that I see at one of the other antique shops that I go into quite often. And well, I've never met him before, but I've seen his display and bought several knives out of his display, and we got to chatting and talking about knives, and I actually bought like 4 or 5 knives from him, but this is one of them right here. This is another 6318, so let me grab that other one that I just put away. So this new one that I showed you guys that I bought, this is a March of 23 production. And then this one is a 1998 production. You can see marked difference. I believe it's supposed to be peach seed bone as well, but quite a bit different. And but still, this one was brand new in uncirculated condition, and is just a fabulous example of a 6318 stainless steel. That'll be nice. Put those two side by side in my case that I have there. All right, so now we can get into all of these are in pretty good shape. They all need a little bit of TLC. So I went down there with first of all, I only took a relatively small amount of money with me. I didn't want to spend every penny that I had. And I knew that if I went down there with a big wad of cash, I would just overspend and be sad. But I came away with a nice haul of really cool pocket knives, and I think I did very well for the relatively small amount of money that I took with me. So let's start with these two. These two are both, I believe, the same model number. One of them, the model number is a little bit rusty and it's hard for me to see, but our little tiny Camillus pen knives. So there's the first one. Let me get the second one. I'll put them both together here. But I believe they are both identical. I don't remember exactly, but I only paid, I think, a couple bucks for each one of these. And both of these, I believe, are model 49s. And they both have the tang stamp that goes from 60 to the mid 70s roughly. So those are pretty cool. I did really well with Camillus. Of course, Camillus is very close to here, so you would think there'd be an abundance of old Camillus stuff around. So now the next two are, where's the other one right here? So the next two that I have are some Sears Craftsman knives. I'm starting to get a fairly nice little collection of Sears Craftsman and Sears, just Sears knives. This one, both of these are buck, well, not buck, they look like buck 300 series knives, which were made by Camillus, and I'm pretty confident and certain that both of these were also made by Camillus. This one is a little 3-blade, little tiny guy. I can't remember what 300 series knife this would correlate to, but it is a little 3-bladed Stockman, just a tiny little guy, and snapping pretty good. That one needs a little bit of oil, but I think that'll be fine with a little bit of oil. Here's the tank stamp on that one. Like I said, I haven't looked up any information on these two yet, except for just kind of verifying that they have the features like the Camillus made buck 300 series. So this one is a larger guy, but it is just a 2-bladed jackknife, and that one's pretty cool too. So if I go by some of the features that I was looking at of the Camillus made buck 300 series knives, these are some very early production, probably early 70s production Craftsman knives, because one thing that really stands out is these have 3 brass pins holding the liner or the scales on. Both of them do, and they discontinued that early in the production of the buck 300. So I don't know if that rings true, holds true with those, but that is kind of what I suspect with that. Now I got this little Camillus Stockman. It's a really, really nice little knife. This is a sword brand. That one needs some oil. But this one's a sword brand little Stockman. Let me see if I can read the model number on here. Looks like a 74. Let me show you this one again. So there is the sword brand. It's got a little bit of corrosion on the blade there, but that'll clean up nice. This one's in a really nice shape overall. Just needs a really good TLC, and that one will be really good to go. Little Craftsman, or I don't want to say Craftsman, Camillus model 74. All right, so now I got, let's see, I got one more Camco, and then the rest are electrician's knives and camp knives. So I kind of saved those for last. This one's a little Camco pen knife, keychain pen knife, I guess you'd call it. But it is a Camco, so that's an old one there with the, I'm assuming it's fake mother of pearl scales, but it's got a little bail on there. Probably 40s or 50s. All right, so I did get a couple of, what's this one? This one is so this one's another Imperial, but this one, it has the Imperial with the USA down the right-hand side of the tang stamp. So this one is a 56 to 88, but it was a nice little knife, just a couple of dollars. So I grabbed it, but a two-bladed jackknife because both blades come out of the same end. Really cool little knife. All right, we're getting down to the bottom here. This one, I've already got a couple of, I like scouting knives, and I've got one Girl Scout knife so far, and I found this one. This one is really cool. This one is a Utica Girl Scout knife, and this one they call it their ultralight. It just has two blades, and here's the tang stamp. It actually says ultralight, right? Or featherweight. Sorry, not ultralight, featherweight. But instead of like nickel silver bolsters and brass liners and everything, it actually has aluminum for the frame, and this thing is like really light, and then only having two blades. But it is a really cool knife, and it has the Girl Scout emblem in the scale right there. Very awesome. All right, so let's keep with the scouting theme for a second. So this one, this is actually one of the first ones I bought, along with another one that's over there. Got a really good deal on this one. It's very crusty, but overall, all the blades are there. All the blades are whole, and all the scales are whole. There's no chips or dents or cracks. It's got its bail. I paid $7 for this Boy Scout knife, and this is an Ulster. I didn't do any research on. That's the only blade I don't want to attempt to open up right now. They're very rusty. I'm going to soak this guy in Evapor Rust. Probably once I'm done with this, I'll stick it in some Evapor Rust and let it sit for a while. But that's really cool Ulster Boy Scout knife. All right, what else do we got? So I've got two Camillus. The rest of these are all Camillus, but I've got two Camillus electrician's knives. This first one is a Camco, and this is the one that I bought along with that Scout knife. I haven't tried to open the. I can see that the screwdriver blade is whole. I haven't tried to open it yet. The main blade has been poorly profiled, but I can fix that, make it look good for $7. I don't think I did too bad with that one. Now this next one is just one of my favorite knives of this whole haul. This is a very old Camillus electrician's knife in very good condition. So this is actually a wood scaled. Does have the screwdriver blade and the main blade. It was sharpened a little. Not too bad though for a knife of its age. But here it's a 4-line tang stamp. You can't see hard to see the very last line, but it definitely is a 4-line tang stamp, which dates it to, I believe, the 30s, like 30 to 35 or something along those lines. Very old Camillus knife there. That's cool. I've only got a couple of 4-line Camillus knives, and I like the electrician knives too. All right, so this is the last knife. I didn't put them in any particular order, really. Just kind of grabbed them as I went. I do have one other piece to go besides this, so stand by. But this is a really cool camp knife. Very old camp knife. And it is labeled as a Ward's, made in USA. And the fellow that I got this from was the guy that I actually bought the case and a couple of the other knives, the one that I bought some from his local store, and we got chatting up and everything, and he told me this is a very early, you can tell by the can, that's got this type of can opener on it, but this is a very early Camillus, made for Wards, probably in the 20s, maybe into the 30s. No later than the start of World War II, because they started making the different style can openers around that time. And but this one has genuine bone handles. It is in very, very nice condition. The blade has been sharpened a little bit, not terribly worn like a lot of knives I've seen there. Some of them are like almost completely gone, but that is a really, really cool addition to the Camillus collection. So the last piece that I got, really pretty cool. I do have a couple of nice old sharpening strops that I use on the bench, but I really wanted one that actually was mounted on a board. I've been looking for one of those, and I got this one for a really, really good price. And the thing that I really like about it, and the box isn't in that great a shape, but you can see that it was made by Robeson Cutlery, and that's pretty cool. I do have a couple of Robeson knives, and I thought that would be an awesome addition to the knife collection. I need to start figuring out how I'm going to display some stuff out here along with the guns, I guess. But that is pretty awesome. So he had 3 of them, and this one he had one with a better box, but the leather was really, really chewed up on it. Not a Robeson. And then he had one that the leather was pretty good on it, but it didn't have a box. And then this Robeson, the leather is in really good condition, so I can actually use it. And then it had its box, so I chose this one. He originally had a mark for 24, and I was looking him over. He yelled over to me, "I'll take 10 for any one of those." And so I got this for $10. So pretty cool, really awesome stuff. I am really stoked about the cool Camillus stuff, that camp knife and that electrician knife. Really cool case stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of the people must know what they're looking at when they see the case stuff, because a lot of the case stuff was, I've seen them for a lot less on eBay for sure. So, and most of it wasn't old case stuff either. It was fairly new case stuff. But there you go. Really cool mail call, and even cooler, it was an excellent day. Even if I'd never bought a knife, it was just great to get out there and talk to people, and just so many nice people to talk to. And just every once in a while, you're running that one person that all they're there is to sell their junk. If you start chatting with them about, this and that with the knives, they're like, and then so I put the stuff down and walk away. I don't need any of that negativity in my life. But hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.